I'm on here with all of our media. You won't be able to see them, but we'll just get started with some questions.
Okay.
We'll go ahead with Rob Domofsky. Rob?
Hey, Matthew, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, were you aware at all that the Packers hadn't taken a first-round receiver since 2002? And also, what does that mean to you? And how much contact did you have with the Packers besides your visit?
Yeah, no, I definitely knew they didn't take a receiver from that long ago, and I had a good relationship with them when I came up here on my visit. I got around the coaching staff, and I seen how the culture was here, and I enjoyed it.
Go ahead, Ryan Wood.
I'm curious, how much significance does that carry to you? It's obviously special to be drafted in the first round regardless, but for a team that's been over 2 decades not taking your position in the first round, does that carry extra significance to you?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot more. It's always been a dream of mine to go in the first round, and to know that they haven't picked a receiver since 2002, man, is truly a blessing.
Go ahead, Bill Huber.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you just describe the feeling of walking out there in front of that whole crowd?
I never felt nothing like it. Man, it was. I wish I can go back out there right now, man. It was so cool. The energy that the Packer fans got, man. I could just feel it, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm glad the organization picked me.
Cody Krupp.
Hey man, congratulations. I hope you can hear me. You talked about wanting to buy your grandma's house back. Just this moment now that it's official and getting that opportunity to do it for her and for your guys' family.
Yeah, that's the house I grew up in when I was younger. And like I said, it got taken away from us a couple of years ago. Just knowing that I'm in a position to be able to get that back, for all my family, my little cousins that grew up there, just for everybody to go back home, just feel that energy. That's something my grandma always wanted. And before my great grandma died, she always wanted one of her grandsons to make it to the NFL. I'm the last one standing, and I made it, so I know she's proud of me.
Matt Schneidman.
Matthew, can you give us a scouting report on yourself? And are you the kind of guy who's going to walk across the street to get a workout in tonight?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely. All my visits, man, I was always working out. But, that's something they can expect out of me as a hard worker. I'm committed to the process, but, I'm a dog and I'm a competitor. Each day I'm trying to get better, 1% better, and just perfect my craft. And, I'm bringing that dog mentality.
Mike Clemens.
Matthew, what was your visit to Green Bay like just a couple of weeks ago? And yesterday, just before you started that one radio interview, you're on the stage, you're shaking hands with Brian Gutekunst, the Packers GM. How ironic is that?
Man, I knew once I shook his hands, something just told me, they finna come get me. And, like I said, when I had my visit up here and got around the coaching staff, man, it was remarkable, definitely a great organization. And like I said, man, I'm so happy to be here and just get ready to go to work.
Wes Hodkiewicz.
Hey Matthew, congratulations. Your speed obviously shoots off the page, but how do you incorporate that into your game, and how do you think that'll translate to the next level?
Yeah, I definitely understand the game so well to where I could tempo my routes to where I don't have to run full speed. I just know where my breaking points need to be, wherever the defender is. I got a lot in my game. I could play inside, play out. I could also take the top off. So, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm definitely that guy they need to do that.
Ryan Wood.
Matthew, said you had a good relationship with the Packers, and also on that top 30 visit, you kind of felt they were fitting to come get you. So when that moment comes, they're on the clock, you're still available. Are you thinking this is it, or what? Can you just take us through what you were thinking in your mind?
Definitely a lot of emotions, man. It all go back to, wanting to be drafted in the first round. And, I knew it was an opportunity each team. When the Packers came, I had a feeling, like I said, that they was going to come get me. And, once I got the call, I answered, and they told me they was picking me, man. So it was a lot of excitement.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Brother Bob, Coach Sarkisian at Texas talking about how you would earn the trust between you and him and you and Quinn. How do you as a receiver do that? Because you're going to be kind of entering the same situation here as being the new guy.
Being reliable, man. You know, in critical situations, I always showed up. You know, when our back was against the wall, they could count on me to come out with a big play, and that's something I kept doing continuously. And you know, coming here, that's definitely the same mindset I'm bringing. You know, to make big plays and come out here and win games. You know, like I said, man, I'm bringing that chip on my shoulder, like I got something to prove. You know, I'm putting my best foot forward.
Kelly Hallinan.
Hey, Matthew, have you had a chance to check on your phone? How many messages do you have, and what's been the reaction from your friends and other family members?
My phone in my pocket right now. It's been going off since I walked that stage. And man, when I went out there and you know I got in there where the fans were and I got on the big stage, man, that was the best feeling I ever had in my whole life.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations. What did you think you were going to run in the 40 at the combine, and just what was your personal reaction to the 4.29?
Yeah, I knew I was going to run fast. You know, during my workouts, I was continually hitting 4.30, you know, 4.31, 4.32. You know, I knew my adrenaline was going to be going, so I already knew I was going to run a good time. You know, when I got out there, I was so locked in. You know, I feel like it was make or break it. And for me, everything, I put it to where everything was on the line for me. You know, that's when I perform my best, when the lights turn on.
Paul Brettel.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations. Two of your biggest games last season came in the college football playoffs. Can you just speak to those performances in those big games?
Yeah, and it just go back to when them lights turn on, man, playing at the biggest stage, you know. I always told myself I wanted to do that. So, you know, going to Texas, I knew I was going to have the opportunity to play against great opponents, but, you know, play at the highest level. So just knowing whenever them lights turn on, it's time to go. And that's the mindset I got.
Rob Domofsky.
That you had or have a relationship with, a connection to from the past, or did you know anybody in this organization in that way?
Can you repeat that? It was breaking up, my fault.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Do you have any ties or connections with anybody here, whether it's players, coaches, scouts, anybody in this organization?
No, sir. You know,
okay.
My last visit was my first time meeting everyone.
Okay.
Ryan Wood.
Not sure if one of those text messages you've got yet is from Jordan Love, but I'm sure it won't be very long. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on your new quarterback? How much have you watched him to this point? How much are you looking forward to getting to meet him?
And I'm ready. Talented quarterback can get out the pocket and make plays. And he damn sure can throw the ball. So just knowing that, I'm letting him know as soon as I see him, man, you got a reliable target, you can trust me. But, you know, trust is built over time. So going out there, like I said, and competing and gaining everyone's trust, that's where it first starts. So once I get that, you know, I'm still going to keep working. But, you know, they can rely on me whenever they need me.
Bill Huber.
Yeah, Matthew is a first-round pick joining a playoff team. Is that pressure? Do you view it that way? And if so, how do you handle pressure to not get it to kind of overcome that and not get it the best of you?
Yeah, definitely not looking at it as pressure, man. You know, God put me in this situation for a reason, and you know He wouldn't bring me here if I couldn't handle it. So, like I said, you know, I know it's gonna come with a lot, but that's what I want. You know, I want to be pushed. I want as much as I can get, and like I said, I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and I'm gonna make sure I always come out on top.
Jacob.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations. Coach Sarkisian said that he had you able to play every single receiver spot in the playbook. Is that something you feel like you can pick up quickly in this offense? And how do you see yourself fitting in Matt LaFleur's offense?
Yeah, I definitely do. Like I said, going to Texas, I definitely benefited a lot. And they did a great job moving me around to where I felt comfortable. And, you know, that's definitely something I could do. I feel like that's what, you know, makes me different from a lot of receivers is I can line up anywhere on the field. So that just goes back to, you know, whatever the team needs me to do in that offense, I could do it.
Marty Hendricks. Marty, I just need you to unmute. Any other questions?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, Matthew, what receivers did you emulate growing up? And also, how much do you know about the Packer tradition?
I definitely know the Packer tradition is crazy, man. that just goes back to, actually when I got out here and today I had a couple events, man, I could just tell the energy by the fans, man. They were showing me love already before I even got drafted. So I know definitely the games are packed, that you got loyal fans. So definitely a love playing in front of this stadium.
Last question, Ryan Wood.
Curious if you could go back to the decision to go from Houston to Texas and how much you think that move, competing at the highest level of college football, really prepared you for this moment, what's coming next?
Yeah, man, it changed my life. I can't thank Coach Sark enough, him and the coaching staff they had up there for trusting me and let me allowing me to go to the University of Texas. For me, I just took advantage of each opportunity that I had, and it got me to this point.
Is there anything specifically that competing against SEC corners on an every Saturday basis really showed you up close and personal?
I would just say SEC, man, it's NFL corners, and they're good at disguising defenses, man. It's all around. Like just playing in the SEC was different. The energy, the athleticism, man, everything all around. So being able to compete each and every week in the SEC, man, it definitely made me better.
All right, Matthew, we appreciate your time. Congratulations again, and we're excited to meet you in person.
Thank you.
Thanks.